What's up all you Minties, this is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me for an advanced overview of the Venom Oversized Hardcover Volume 2 from Marvel Comics. Let's do this thing. Welcome back everybody. Before I get started, a huge thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us an advanced copy of this oversized hardcover. This oversized hardcover is due out in the direct market on January 20th, 2021, and then a couple of weeks later in the book market. Now, it is an oversized hardcover, so let me do, of course, a quick size comparison. It's taller than your average standard size hardcover, but just as tall as this omnibus, or any omnibus, rather. Now, this is a Volume 2. There was a Volume 1 that came out in 2019. Let's look at both of those together. Actually, let's look at the spine first. Here's what this spine looks like, and what both of the spines look like together, Volume 1 and 2. Now, for all you completists that want to read Venom in oversized hardcover, that don't want to bother with the trade paperbacks or single issues, issues 1 through 12 are collected in this oversized hardcover, Volume 1, and then 16 through 25 in Volume 2. Those other missing issues are part of the War of the Realms crossover, and they're not really important or crucial to the story of Venom by Donny Cates. Those are actually written by Cullen Bunn, and they are found in this omnibus or in a standalone trade paperback just called War of the Realms Venom. And then, of course, there is a little double dipping with this omnibus because issues 16 through 20 of Venom are collected in here, but this contains all of the Absolute Carnage, including the miniseries Absolute Carnage, which are not included in here. So let's take a look at this under the dust jacket. Let's look at this image. So you have this image right here. What is going on? Well, yeah, I guess we have to talk a little bit about what's going on and where this all leads. Okay, let's get this opened. We have some white bookend pages here. Venom, Volume 2 by Donny Cates. I really like this right here. It feels like the intro to a movie. So the credits are up there. Donny Cates is the writer. Issue 16 is drawn by Juan Gedeon. Issue 17 through 20, Ivan Coelho. And then Mark Bagley steps in for Venom Island, which is issues 21 through 25, with a little bit of help from Ryan Stegman and one of my favorite artists who's drawn Venom in the past, as well as Bagley, Ron Lim, who does a flashback issue. So kicking it off with issue 16, this leading into the Absolute Carnage storyline, right after the War of the Realms event. This is right here what's under the cover, under the dust jacket, and you have Eddie Brock hanging out with this kid named Dylan, and well, Dylan's been a part of this since Donny Cates started this run. And if you don't know who that is, I will leave you to find out who exactly Dylan is and what he has to do with Venom. But all of this is setting up the events that are happening in the next couple of issues, which is, of course, the crossover with Absolute Carnage and Amazing Spider-Man. Now, the issues of Venom are kind of standalone-ish. There are things happening behind the scenes, but the Absolute Carnage issues of Venom deal more with the character of Dylan and his newfound friend, one of the symbiotes, Sleeper. Here's an example of where some of the variant covers are collected. This is on the opposite page of the cover to issue 19. So here's the end page of one of the issues, issue 18, of course. Not spoiling anything, the heroes show up to help. And then on the opposite page is the cover to issue number 19 with the beginning of the story arc. So I'm sure you're going to be asking, one of the biggest questions is, do you need to have read Absolute Carnage to enjoy this? 100%. I think you will get so much more out of the first, at least issues 16 through 20. More so if you read Absolute Carnage, because the aftermath is what Venom Island is. And Venom Island is pretty much the story of how Eddie Brock is suffering with this inner turmoil. Something happened towards the end of Absolute Carnage that is affecting him, his symbiote, his relation to his symbiote. So he goes back to the one place that means a lot to him, where he thought he killed Spider-Man on this island during David Michelinie's and Eric Larson's run, where Spider-Man tricked him into thinking that he had killed him by swapping like a dead body with the spider costume that he was wearing. I don't care. I love that goofy issue. And this is all drawn by the phenomenal Mark Bagley. So there's a lot of ties to that. those past issues, but also setting up the events that are happening in the entire Marvel Universe currently, and that is the King in Black. He has been setting up the King in Black for quite a while, since the beginning of his Venom run. Who the King in Black is and how he has ties to Eddie Brock and the symbiote, I will leave you to find out, but I am very excited to read it. I think issue 1 is already out. I haven't read it yet. I need to get on Comixology. But yeah, it's a great setup to that. And it's a whole Marvel event now. Just like Absolute Carnage, actually more so than Absolute Carnage. It's a bigger event than Absolute Carnage. Here's the awesome cover to issue 25, which is also the cover of the Dust Jacket. And this is where Ryan Stegman steps in to help out. Gotta make sure I don't spoil anything for anybody. It's just a lot of talking. But honestly, even if I show pictures here, you really don't know what's inside of Eddie's head and what is really happening until you read this. But all of this leads into this 2-page spread that sets up the events that will be the King in Black. I'm covering this part right here with my hand because it is a little bit of a spoiler who is down there, but everything else in this picture really doesn't make much sense to you if you've not been reading it, so it's not a spoiler. Now, I did want to showcase some of this Ron Lim artwork. This takes place on Venom Island right after he thought he killed Spider-Man. This is the Peaches storyline. It's kind of a cute story. I say that as this dude is blasting this other guy's face off. But anyway, it's good to see Ron Lim back. Now, let's look at the extras in the back. Of course, censoring that final page, even though it's in the past. I still don't want to ruin that story for anybody. And here are the variant covers. The Codex covers is what they're called. And those aren't really spoilers because a lot of this are just red herrings. You really don't know who showed up as a symbiote in Absolute Carnage. Really, really like that cover right there of MJ. There's Scotty Young getting his own splash page, and that's a classic cover right there. More Bagley, and then a couple of others. Now, let's talk about the paper quality and the binding. Paper quality, it's exactly the same as Volume 1. It feels like this thicker, glossy paper. And I say thicker because I was just holding the Kurt Busiek Conan Omnibus that had a thinner paper quality. But this has a thicker paper quality like Volume 1. It is sewn binding, not that you need much of an eye because the book only has 248 pages. Okay, here's a spread right here to show you exactly what it looks like on a double page. So not really any gutter loss because, like I said, 248 pages. By the way, the book retails for $34.99. And that, as they say, is that. Now, when the book's available, don't forget to check out our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the page count and the content and build of this oversized hardcover. So let me know in the comments down below if you're picking it up in oversized hardcover, if you're hoping one day Marvel will announce an omnibus of Donny Cates' Venom. But before that, we gotta get Agent Venomnibus, right? And then the Cullen Bunn stuff. So leave all those comments down below. Let me know what you think of this series, if you're picking it up, if you're getting it in trade paperback, single issues, or if you haven't read it yet. I'd love to know all those comments. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. And speaking of live, don't forget to join the amazing Amanda and I tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we talk about the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's going to be a live episode. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. More importantly, please everybody, stay healthy, stay safe, and much love to all of you.